Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The activities of the annual strategic exercise Decision-Making 6 start at the National Defense College. And the Ministry of Housing signs an agreement to establish an electronic platform to provide more than 60 services and a unified call center. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The activities of the annual strategic exercise Decision-Making 6 started today at the National Defense College. It is being implemented by the participants of the 6th round from various military, security and civil bodies. The exercise, which will continue till the 4th of July, aims to establish intellectual and strategic foundations to achieve the joint cooperation principle and integration among government bodies. It also seeks to achieve practical implementation and actual practice of strategic planning tools at the national level and exercise of the skills of emergency cases management from the strategic perspective. The Ministry of Housing signed an agreement to establish an electronic platform to provide more than 60 services and a unified call center. The platform and the call center will start work by the end of 2020 and will accelerate provided services for citizens, beneficiaries, investors, in addition to connect with government sector electronically. These services include planning schemes, area, lands, real estate registry, social housing, real estate development and customer service fields. The agreement was signed by His Excellency Sheikh Saif bin Mohammed al-Shabibi, Minister of Housing. After winning the International Friendship Award in the Netherlands, the Royal Navy of Oman ship Shabab Oman 2 continues its participation at the Freedom Festival of Sailing. Professional training qualified the crew of the ship to win these outstanding achievements. Shabab Oman 2 ship's fourth international voyage includes visits to 17 ports across 12 nations as part of its friendship tour. The daily program of the ship includes various activities that enhance the capabilities and skills of the ship crew, as well as the trainees, so as to perform their tasks and duties efficiently. The National Center for Statistics and Information revealed that 94% of Omanis own or use social media accounts. The center also revealed that WhatsApp app is on the top of the list in terms of usage by 93%, followed by YouTube and 71%, and on the third place came Instagram by 50%. Further details reveal that a large percentage of Omani females use Snapchat, Instagram and YouTube. On the other hand, the males use Facebook, IMO Messenger and Twitter more than the females. When asked about the purpose of using social media programs, around 32% of Omanis answered that they use it for purchasing or searching for goods and services. Still to come in our news bulletin. Date palm tree crop auction is one of the Omani traditions which has its social and economic values in the governorate of Al-Dhahira.
بادر بقيد اسمك في السجل الانتخابي. تسجيلك حق وصوتك أمانة. انتخابات أعضاء مجلس الشورى للفترة التاسعة مع تحيات وزارة الداخلية.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. A minister from Britain's Foreign Office arrived in Tehran today and met with a top diplomat from Iran's Foreign Ministry amid escalating regional tensions. Minister of State for the Middle East Andrew Morrison spoke with Kamal Karazi, head of the Strategic Council of Foreign Relations at Iran's Foreign Ministry, on bilateral ties, regional issues and the 2015 nuclear deal. Morrison is expected to meet Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi later in the day. Morrison was to call for an urgent de-escalation and raise British concerns about Iran's regional conduct and its threat to cease complying with the nuclear deal, to which the UK remains fully committed. Britain is a signatory to the 2015 nuclear deal, which saw Iran scale back its nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. But the US unilaterally withdrew from the accord last year and reimposed sanctions. On May 8, Iran said it would reduce some of its nuclear commitments to the deal unless the remaining partners, Britain, China, France, Germany and Russia, helped it circumvent US sanctions and sell its oil. Southeast Asian leaders agreed today to work together on regional economy and security to strengthen their position amid growing US-China tensions as they wrapped up their summit in Bangkok. Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha told a news conference as chairman of the 34th ASEAN Summit that the 10-member Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, will need its collective economic strength for bargaining power globally, especially amid the trade tensions between the world's top two economies. Prayut urged ASEAN nations to complete negotiations this year for the China-initiated Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership RCEP pact that includes 16 countries but has been held up by disputes between China and India over access to markets and protected lists of goods. First proposed by China, RCEP's 16 signatories comprise the 10 ASEAN member states and 6 Asia-Pacific countries, including major economies China, India, Japan and South Korea. ASEAN has existing free trade agreements with all 6 countries. Ethiopia's Army Chief of Staff and the regional president of the northern state of Amhara were killed in 2 related attacks when a grenade tried to seize control of Amhara in an attempted coup. The Prime Minister's office said today that Amhara State President Ambichu Mekonnen and his advisor were shot dead and the state's Attorney General was wounded in Amhara's capital of Bahar Dar yesterday evening. In a separate attack the same night, Ethiopia's Army Chief of Staff Siare Mekonnen and another retired general were shot dead in Sayer's home in Addis Ababa by his bodyguard. The 2 attacks were linked. Abiy Ahmed's office named Amhara State Security Head General Asimnu Sigi as responsible for the foiled coup. The Information Technology Authority, ITA, represented by SAS Center for Entrepreneurship, launched SAS Accelerator Program in cooperation with Google Development Platform, which helps startups companies to develop. The program is considered as a partnership model between the general and private sectors. It will contribute to develop IT industry and it will find new job opportunities and innovative service products. The program works on establishing small and medium-sized companies in addition to provide innovative solutions and products in addition to develop information technology industry in order to compete at the international level. Oman Association for the Disabled People in the Wilaya of Sohar launched a service of providing modern styles and high quality of wheelchairs and electric chairs in addition to some compensated assistance devices for disabled at the Governorate of Musandam. This initiative is considered as a continuation of previous initiatives which carried by the association in the Governorate of Musandam, where it conducted a number of events for disabled people in addition to hearing tests and distribution of hearing devices. Date palm tree crop auction, or as locally known as At-Tana, is one of the Omani traditions which has its social and economic dimensions. This process has started in the wilayas of the governorate of Zahira after the announcement about Al-Tana and its date and location. Citizens gather near the date palm tree plantations and farms to check the quality and type of the tree. Then the auction process starts with the participation of those interested in buying and selling. The most expensive types of date palm trees in the wilaya of Ibri is Al-Fard and Al-Khalas. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the governorate of Dhofar. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning. Over the coasts of the Arabian Sea, winds will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. Activities of the annual strategic exercise Decision Making 6 start at the National Defense College. The Ministry of Housing signs an agreement to establish an electronic platform to provide more than 60 services and a unified call center. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.